Yeah. So I think that's really important. So, okay. Yeah. So let's talk about net promoter score a little bit and why I think that's so important. So net promoter score is just, it's so simple. And all it means is that how likely are your customers of your product, how likely are they to recommend your product to their friends? If I could come up with the sum total of the amount of stuff that has been purchased based on my recommendation to my friends, like I'm such a product guy, I'm known in my group of friends, like, hey, what kind of wake surfing boat should I get? Oh, this one because da da da. Like when I got a Tesla Model S when they first came out in like 2011 or 2012, and it was like maybe within a year of them coming out. No joke, I probably have sold 15 Model S's, especially in those
Yeah,
early years,
yeah, yeah.
where I would just let people go drive my car around. I'm like, it's a superior car. That's all there is to it. It's just better in every way. Like
Right,
Elon Musk figured out how to make a better car. That's it,
right,
you
right.
know? And so that means my promoter, like I was a big promoter of that product. And they didn't have to spend money for those 15 cars I sold. They didn't
Right.
have to spend anything. In fact, I bought the product from them and then I went off and told all my friends how great it was,
Yeah.
right? And that's how you knew, like back then, like I told my money manager, like, get Tesla stock. I don't care what anyone says in the market. Like if the product is awesome, that's
Right.
it. And like if the product is awesome, you can figure everything else out.
Yeah.
And so net promoter score tells you how likely is it that your users are going to be promoting your product to their friends, which means free advertising, free customer acquisition. And you'll know when people are tracking the net promoter score. And most of you out there have seen this question, whether it's at a hotel or a restaurant or for a product that got sent to you that you bought on Instagram, whatever. And it just says this: how likely are you to recommend this product or service to a friend? And it's
Yeah.
1 through 10.
Yeah.
It's one question. It's
Right.
1 through 10. And I think it's one through 6 are detractors. Maybe 1 through 5 are detractors. 6 and 7 are neutral. 8, 9, and 10 are promoters, right?
Nice.
And the scale is from negative 100 to positive 100, and where 0 is basically neutral.
Right.
Your users aren't helping you or hurting you.
Right.
If you have a plus 50 or higher net promoter score, which you can just ask that question to like 50 customers, the first 50 people, right?
Yeah.
Or, it has to be random people that aren't like friends of yours. Like,
Right. Right.
oh
Right.
yeah,
Right.
of course I'm going to recommend it. Um,
Right.
but that one metric,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to tell you if I throw fuel on the flame from a marketing perspective and I spend a bunch of money on content and I do a whole social media marketing campaign and we hire some influencers, that's to like get the fire going, right? To get the
Right.
kindling going. But
Mm-hmm.
the higher net promoter score you have, to me, that is like how flammable is the wood by itself, right?
Right.
Like if your net promoter score is in the negative range because and this happens a lot in drones and robotics because they're such complicated products, it's really easy to not live up to customer expectation.
Right.
And so say you have a negative 20 net promoter score, right? You're basically trying to make a fire with wet wood, and you just have to keep putting fuel on the wood, keep putting, and that lighter fluid is your marketing dollars to try and
Right.
like buy revenue online. Whereas if you have a net promoter score of 50, 60, 70, positive range, you just need a little bit of lighter fluid to get that fire going, but you got nice dry wood that's going to like, it's going to take off.
Nice. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
I
that's the
love
way
that.
I like
Yeah.
to think about net promoter score. And it's really the only thing you need to track, at
That,
least in the early days.